What's up, everybody? My name is Justin. Welcome to my channel, 502 Fragrance Reviews. Top 10 fragrances for men from each fragrance family. This is a really cool video idea and video challenge started several days ago over at Big Beard Business, his channel, Big Beard Business. You've probably seen that video. He's one of the bigger fragrance YouTubers, one of the best YouTubers out there. And he wanted to kind of do like a nice challenge video to issue to other reviewers. And you're gonna be seeing this video topic trending very soon across YouTube of YouTubers saying their top fragrances from each fragrance family. Now, I am more inexperienced with fragrances when it comes to the other bigger YouTubers. They've got way more fragrances than me, and they got way more experience. So for my take on this would be, in my fragrance journey so far, the best fragrances that I come across from each fragrance family. So without further ado, let's hop into these 10 fragrances. The first fragrance I want to talk to you guys about will be from the Oud fragrance family. And honestly, I haven't came across a ton of Oud fragrances. I've come across a decent amount, but the Oud fragrance so far that stood out to me the most, I'm not saying maybe it's the best that I've came across, but it's definitely the one that stood out the most, comes from the house of Montale, and this is Montale's Oudmazing right here. This fragrance right here is really cool because it's a fruity oud fragrance, and honestly it's more wearable oud fragrance. There are some oud fragrances out there that just get really kind of more dirty or animalic. Those are your more darker, more potent fragrances, which I do enjoy a lot, but they're hard to wear. Typically, the more wearable oud you come across is something that's got more of a fresher take on oud, like citrus and oud. This is fruits and oud. Some of the main notes that you got in here, you got grapes in here. You got grapes, oud, you got fig, you got vanilla. This is a very fruity fragrance with a nice oud touch. And also you get like a smooth leather underneath the fruits in the oud. And also you get a little bit of a powderiness from orris root underneath all that as well. This fragrance in Montale fashion is very potent, very strong, but it's long lasting. But I do like this a lot. A little goes a long way with this. You will see this fragrance featured quite a bit on my channel. I do think when it comes to night out or clubbing scenarios, this is an amazing fragrance. And this is my kind of one that stood out to me the most for the oud category of fragrance family. And this is Montale's Oudmazing. The next fragrance we're going to talk about is going to be the Jour fragrance family. And with this, you have different types of Jour fragrances. You've got aromatic Jour, you've got I think oriental Jour. You got different types of Jours, but I wanted to go ahead and just pick an aromatic Jour because that's a really popular, one of the most common fragrance families actually. And I wanted to pick a fragrance that stood out really much to me. It comes from the house of Tom Ford, and this is Tom Ford's Beau de Jour. This fragrance right here used to be in the Prive collection of Tom Ford, but as of the beginning of this year, they rebottled it and put it in the Signature collection. And this fragrance right here is, oh, it's so good. It's very classy, very gentleman-like. This to me is not for the younger crowd. Some of the main notes that I pick up in here, I got lavender, rosemary, patchouli. This to me is very upscale. Someone around my age, like a younger guy, I would maybe wear this more so for a special occasion or dressed up scenario. However, an older guy, he can wear this every day as a signature scent. It's just very classy, it's very refined, it's gentleman-like. Tom Ford, to me, Tom Ford does more sophisticated, like dressed nicer, luxurious type of scents very well. That's what Tom Ford speaks to me personally as a consumer. This fragrance right here is not for everyone, but it is a gorgeous take on an aromatic Jour. This is Tom Ford bringing an old school masculine fragrance back with a little bit of a modern twist. So if this is for the aromatic category, aromatic Jour, which is what I picked, is Tom Ford's Beau de Jour. Next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about, I actually don't own a bottle of it, but I am going to get it. Like at some point in my journey, like this is on my list to get. It's very high on the list. We're going to talk about floral fragrances next. Floral fragrances for men. And the one I want to talk to you guys about, and I love this fragrance, Coincidentally enough, it's one of the most popular floral fragrances for men out there in the fragrance world. This comes from the house of Amouage, and this is Amouage Reflection Man. And this fragrance right here, oh, it's so good. It's got notes of different florals like neroli, ylang ylang, but jasmine. This fragrance right here is all about jasmine. It also got some smooth sandalwood in here too, a little herbal rosemary. But this is a floral fragrance that surprisingly turns out pretty masculine. Don't get me wrong, a woman can wear it too if she wants, but this is a jasmine fragrance that's been made pretty masculine. This is a very popular fragrance in the fragrance community, especially when we talk about floral fragrances for men. And it's also one of Amouage's most popular fragrances, in addition to a few other popular fragrances in the house. But Amouage Reflection Man, to me, it smells very classy once again. It's very refined and gentlemanlike, but to me, it's a different refined smell from your typical like sophisticated type of scent. Like it's different from a Chanel's Platinum Egoist or a Creed's Water Portugal. Like, it's different. It's based around florals. It's insanely good. I did have a sample of this and it lasted really good on my skin. Hopefully there's no killer reformulation with this fragrance. I want to get some at some point. But if you're looking for a nice floral fragrance, man, when it comes to floral fragrance for men, look no further than Amouage Reflection Man. Because if it's not one of the top floral fragrances, if it's not the top floral fragrance for men, it's up there. It's one of the best ones. So that's the one I'll tell you guys about when it comes to floral fragrances. And this is Amouage Reflection Man. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about with you guys will be the green fragrance family. Now, green fragrances, I haven't came across a ton of green fragrances. I'm getting more into green fragrances. I'm pretty sure most commonly when you see other YouTubers do their 10 fragrances, there's a good chance you will see Creed's Green Irish Tweed show up for them. And I get it. I understand it completely. Because that right there, that would have been a fragrance right there that I probably would have picked if I didn't own this. My choice comes from the house of Rogue Perfumery, and this is Mousse Illuminee. This fragrance right here. This fragrance, guys, is, so far in my journey, it's the most greenest fragrance I've ever smelled. This is all about oak moss. Oak moss, there's laurels in here, incense. It's a very green and masculine fragrance experience. This one right here is a fragrance right here that is probably not known too much. This is an indie house, the house of Rogue Perfumery. It's an indie brand. And I've smelled a few of their fragrances. I think for the most part, Rogue Perfumery wants to go in more old school style fragrances, and this is an old school oak mossy fragrance but made modern. It is so good, very good staying power, even though it's an older twilight concentration. I will be doing a review of this fragrance, and I'm gonna be putting out a video next week on this, so look forward to a review of this. When it comes to green fragrances, in my experience so far, no other green fragrance, especially not even Green Irish Tweed by Creed, beats this. This is Rogue Perfumery's Mousse Illuminee. Next fragrance family we're gonna talk about is gonna be in the musk family. And to be honest with you, I don't have too many experiences with musk fragrances, like musk dominant fragrances. I know musk is used a lot, but this is a musk dominant fragrance that I do enjoy, and I've gotten good feedback on this fragrance. So for now, this fragrance right here stands out to me in the musk family. This comes from the house of Prada. We're gonna go to the designer house once again. And this is Prada's Luna Rossa Black. This fragrance right here. This fragrance right here is a sweet, musky fragrance with a little bit of a herbal undertone. This fragrance right here is all about angelica and tonka beans and amber as well. This one it doesn't have a lot of notes in it. It comes across powdery, and I think Prada does powdery fragrances very well, but there is definitely a prominent musky factor into this. However, this musky fragrance to me leans more on the sweeter side. Musk can lean in many different directions depending on how it's blended with other ingredients. Some musk is like a nice fresh and clean musk. Some lean on a more dirty or animalic type of musk, more stanky. But this is a musk fragrance that's blended really nice with sweeter notes like tonka bean, like amber. This is really good in the fall time, winter time, even early spring. Really good for the nighttime to me, really good for date nights. And it's one that I think if you check this out, get your nose on it, it's definitely picked up some good buzz in the fragrance community, because I do think it's a solid fragrance, and Prada is known for their high quality fragrances on a designer level. This is Prada's Rossa Black, my pick for the musky fragrance family. The next fragrance family we're going to tackle is leather, and this fragrance right here, either this one or his bad boy brother, which we'll get to in a second as well. This fragrance right here is probably going to show up quite a bit when it comes to what other YouTubers are probably going to pick. This comes from the house of Tom Ford once again, and it can only be one of the two leathers. I went with Tom Ford's Ombre leather. This fragrance right here, really nice, sleek bottle. This fragrance is a gorgeous leather fragrance. It smells like super authentic, like you're wearing a brand new leather jacket, or you just hop into a really high-end luxury car and you smell the brand new leather car seats. Or if you buy, go get your girl, go buy your girl like a brand new, you know, purse, Chanel, Birkin bag, and it smells like that high quality leather. That's kind of what this smells like. It's a little bit sweeter on top of that as well. This is the more laid back brother of Tom Ford's Tuscan leather, which you'll definitely either see one of these two other YouTubers are gonna pick for their leather fragrance. And there's other great leather fragrances out there too, like Montale Oudmazing leather, Parfums de Marley's Godolphin. But when you think of leather-based fragrances, the one that's really most known is Tom Ford's Tuscan leather or Tom Ford's Ombre leather. Great for the fall and winter time. It smells very luxurious. You gotta have confidence to pull this off. This is my leather fragrance pick. This is Tom Ford's Ombre leather. The next fragrance family we're going to tackle is going to be the Oriental fragrance family. And there's different ways you can go with Oriental. There's all different types of directions you can go Oriental. But the one I wanted to pick for me, this one right here was a no-brainer, because this is the #1 fragrance in my fragrance collection so far in my journey. My pick for the Oriental fragrance comes from the house of Parfums de Marly. And this is Parfums de Marly's Layton. This bad boy right here. This fragrance, guys, is so good. Very well known in the fragrance community. Very well known. This fragrance right here, I mean, even before Demi Rollins spoke very highly of this, it was already popular to begin with. But this is a very nice niche fragrance. It's a very good introduction to niche fragrances. This has a variety of different spices, which, you know, is befitting of the Oriental category. Vanilla, cardamom, some other spices in there too. A little bit of a floral mixture. You got a nice tart apple note in here. But this fragrance right here is all about vanilla and cardamom. It's very sexy, very seductive. I mean, it's great. When it comes to versatility, this can be worn fall, like year round. If you ask me, maybe avoid summer daytime, like high heat daytime. But this fragrance is gorgeous, very versatile. Would be killer in a date night or maybe even a night out situation, but you can wear it for any occasion, really. You really can. And it's mass appealing. For it being a niche fragrance, it's very mass appealing. It's just a solid fragrance. It's a gorgeous one. It's one of the best Oriental fragrances that there's out there, in my opinion, in my journey so far. So for my Oriental fragrance pick, I went with Parfums de Marly's Layton. The next fragrance family we're going to tackle is going to be tobacco. And tobacco is a very, very popular fragrance note in fragrances, especially when it comes to men's fragrances, like masculine fragrances. Tobacco is very nice, and I have a decent amount of exposure to tobacco fragrances, but the one that stands out to me the most so far in my fragrance journey comes from the house of Initio. And this is Initio's Side Effect. This fragrance right here. Look at that. Really nice bottle right here. This one right here is very, very seductive and sexy. Very seductive and sexy, just like the Parfums de Marly I showed you with Layton. This one right here has dominant notes of tobacco, vanilla, rum, and cinnamon. This is a really nice, smooth tobacco fragrance. This does pack a good punch to it. A little can go a long way with this as well. Excellent longevity and sillage with this fragrance. suits more for the fall and winter time. But tobacco, rum, vanilla combo in here is so good. This does have a little bit of hints of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, which other two is probably gonna pick for the tobacco fragrance, or Parfums de Marley's Herod, which other two would pick at too. This hints at both of those fragrances, but it's still its own kind of unique thing. Initio is a fragrance house that I'm really starting to get into. I already own 3 Initio fragrances, and this one's one right here that's very solid. If you like yourself a good tobacco fragrance, definitely check out Initio Parfums Side Effect. You will not be disappointed. So this is my tobacco fragrance pick. The next fragrance category we're gonna tackle woody fragrance. So there's all types of woody fragrances out there. Woody fragrance is a very popular fragrance genre or fragrance family out there. I've had a good amount of exposure when it comes to woody fragrances, but I think the one that stands out to me the most so far in my journey will come from a designer house, and it's one that's very high quality to me. This comes from the house of Hermes, a very popular fragrance I'm about to show you that's in the community. This is Terre de Hermes. This fragrance right here. This is right here, I picked the Eau de Toilette concentration, but you can go with the Parfum if you want, but I like the Eau de Toilette more. This is a gorgeous vetiver based fragrance. It's all about vetiver and orange, but no matter what, this is a very woody fragrance. The woodiness coming from the vetiver mainly, and then you also got some cedar wood here as well. But this is a fragrance that's very, very nice. This to me has an upscale, more masculine, like it's very masculine. It's like a more upscale, manly fragrance to me. To me personally, I wouldn't wear this casually. However, I'm a younger guy. I feel like an older guy could wear this, could pull this off every single day as a signature scent, like the Tom Ford that I showed you. But this fragrance to me, it reeks class, sophistication, good performance. Don't worry about any reformulation talk. I get good performance out of this. I got this bottle last year. It's a very solid fragrance that can be worn year round. It'll be killer in the office or work type of environment, but also it'll be really killer dressed up. You can wear it casually if you want. I won't do that personally. But when it comes to woody fragrances, this one really stands out to me, and it's one of my designer fragrances that I just love. I like it so much. This comes from the house of Hermes, and this is Terre de Hermes, and I chose the Eau de Toilette brand. And lastly, we're going to talk about some gourmand fragrances, the gourmand fragrance family. I really enjoy gourmand fragrances, especially in the cooler weather, in the fall and winter. I love to bust out my gourmands. And the one I'm going to show you guys is the gourmand fragrance that stood out the most to me so far. And the fragrance I'm going to talk to you guys about when it comes to the gourmand fragrances comes from the house of Parfums de Marley once again. Parfums de Marley is one of my favorite fragrance houses I've come across so far. This is Parfums de Marley's Amouage. This fragrance right here. Really nice bottle, nice black and gold. This fragrance, to really put it simply, this smells like an apple cinnamon pie. This really does smell like that. The way the notes is blended, the cinnamon, the osmanthus in here, it's a gorgeous fragrance. And it has really good performance, really good sillage, but just throw out the notes, man. When you spray this fragrance on, it smells like an apple cinnamon pie. And I think of Thanksgiving, fall time. You can say Christmas too if you want. I wear this in the winter time too, but whenever you have a big Thanksgiving get together, everybody's eating a lot of food, you got the desserts, you got the pie and all that stuff. This is like one, it's maybe like a Thanksgiving Day signature for me. I don't know, like this fragrance is very solid. Parfums de Marley just does heavier scents well, and this is one that if you like gourmand fragrances, this is one that you're gonna like it for sure. I would say, I know for a fact, when I spray this fragrance on, I know that if I spray this fragrance on, I'm going to smell delicious. I'm gonna smell great. I'm gonna smell edible, because that's what this fragrance is. It's so, so good. I know some people, when it comes to gourmand fragrances, they like the smell of their house to smell like a gourmand fragrance, but they don't like to smell like a gourmand themselves. But for me though, I don't mind smelling like gourmands. This one right here, I don't even gotta talk about the notes too much, but cinnamon, tonka bean, some of those notes in here. maybe a little bit of benzoin. But this is a gorgeous gourmand fragrance. If you like gourmand fragrances, you have to check out Parfums de Marly's Amouage. And these are my 10 picks when it comes to kind of the best fragrances that I come across from each of these fragrance families. Let me know in the comment section below, when it comes to these different fragrance families, what are your personal favorites that you come across in your journey so far? Let me know in the comment section below, because you know I love to talk to y'all in the comment section. I reply to every comment, and you know, I love that. So that's all I got for you guys today, man. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be interested in watching more of my videos, got a lot of great content planned for you guys. Hit the post notification bell to let you know when I upload a new video. That's all I got for you guys today, man. Hope you have a nice day, nice evening. Until next time.